Hi, welcome to the next round of talking about upgrading standard deck, the starter decks to a finalized product. Today we're going to be talking about Teach, so Blackbeard Pirates. So you're not going to notice something a little bit different about this one. I don't give you the starting deck list. That is because, well, we're not buying two copies. We're not merging them together. There's no need to. I don't think it honestly it's necessary. Actually, I think you could probably buy this deck and upgrade the deck to full optimal, my version of this deck in paper for a reasonable amount. Probably, I think actually was the cost a little bit more of buying that second copy of this deck. So if you want to talk, go ahead and let's dive into this deck, talk about it, and we'll get into the actual stuff. So since we don't have a starter deck, there's nothing to compare the actual cards to. So I'm just going to recommend the cards I recommend buying, and we'll get into the finalized product. Let's dive in. So I recommend buying 4 copies of Kuzan. It's about $9.40. This is probably the most expensive card you're buying for the deck. So keep that in mind. It's basically like half of the budget. So I recommend picking up 4 copies of this. You're going to want them. They're pretty good in Teach. And then you're going to pick 4 copies up of Carbo, which is basically a 10-cent card. I believe like 11 cents around there. So if you pick up a playset, should run you about 50 cents from TCG player market value. Pretty reasonable one drop. We have for $5, we can pick up 4 copies of Marshall D. Teach. It's a 10 drop, 12,000 attack. Really good card. It basically has an enter the battlefield trigger without having one, so it really works with the leader. I recommend picking up the full playset of this. Then I recommend 3 copies of Tempest Kick. They're running about 67 cents around there. So it's $2.10 for 3 of them. Now, if you want to pick up the 4th, you're welcome to. You're also welcome to go to the other direction if you rather go down that path, and that is pick up 3 copies of the Finger Pistol. So that is your other choice. I recommend either one or the other. If you want to go ultra budget, pick up 3 copies of Tempest Kick. If you want to go with a little bit more, $10 per, be $30 extra dollars, you could pick up 3 copies of Finger Pistol and put them in the slot. I recommend picking up 4 copies of My Era Begins. Pretty good, solid search card for turn 1. And 50 cents is about... I went with 50 cents because they're actually like 15 cents on TCG play market value, but I rounded up. I figured if you buy them in an actual store, you're going to end up paying a quarter a piece. So I recommend just picking up 2 of these. And the finalized product, if you do the upgrade path of $18.50, that's almost the price of a second Teach deck. I recommend only picking up 1 Teach deck because I'm only playing 2 Kuzans, 2 Teaches. So you don't need to pick up another one because you don't need any more copies of these 2. And this is the deck that I have I'm playing in paper. I have it sleeved up and everything. I think this actually is a pretty solid list. You only need 3 Levites. It's a nice solid way, but it does hurt your chances of liberation on turn 3. So it really hurts there. So you don't really want to play that many characters. So depending on the matchup, of course. And of course, I like the 3 of this for the 2K. Plus you have 2K with here. So I really like this deck as a whole. Like I said, this is my finalized product. I think it's actually pretty solid. I'm not sure if I want to go 2 Teach or 1. So if you really want to play 4 copies of Finger Pistol, I recommend cutting 1 Teach, 7 drop Teach, and you should be fine. I cut 1 Van Augur in the deck, as well for the Teach actually. But I think you could go up 1 Van Augur if you want to cut 1, or go up 1 Tempest Kick, or Finger Pistol if you want to cut 1 as well. Other than that, that's pretty much the entire list. So you're welcome to go ahead and try this deck out. I think it's a pretty solid foundation. And yeah, you only spent basically $35 for a competitive deck. It's not like the other versions that I'm talking about on this channel. This is fully, I think, optimized, except for maybe Finger Pistol. That's up to your decision. But like I said, those are $10 a piece. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about the series. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You want more of these? Let me know, because like I said, this is the first run. I'm literally doing this where I'm doing, taking every deck, going at $30 to it, and see how much we could do for basically a $60 budget. So it's a pretty good way of getting into the card game. and I'll talk to you guys next time.